Hey everyone, I'm going to go ahead and guess that the next question is how long does this take you? Does it does it take over everything else? And I mean, it really does. We spend a considerable amount of time building our slides for our kids. The other side of that is that because of our student population, a lot of our children are simply they're available for the morning of learning, but then parents got to go to work and parents got to refocus, and so the kids are not as active past about noon. So we have a little bit more time to work with. We do have small groups and we do have meetings and those sorts of things. But essentially, every little kind of break that we get, we are working on these slides. It's kind of the nature of the game since we cannot just provide copies of everything that we need. So essentially, what we do to kind of speed up the process is we keep an entire library of our lessons. So if I go into my drive, I'm going to go into remote learning right here. We've kind of split it up by class. How we kind of split up the work is we have decided that each person on our team takes care of one set of curriculum. So they pull all of the snips that we need, they pull all of the images that we might need, and then they kind of give us ideas of how they would present it in a digital way. And that way we kind of help each other out. We also have access to each other's folders. So if we don't know how we want to present something, we can always go peek in on our coworkers. Now, here in Meadows, we have a very diverse team. We all have very different teaching styles. So just out of sheer pride, I guess, we really like to teach our own kids in our own way. So we kind of make a lot of our own work, but then we still feed off of each other and gain ideas from each other all along the way as well. So essentially, you'll see this is just the last couple of weeks of live slides and also of morning work and independent work. So to keep things moving smoothly, essentially Monday and Wednesday are math days, Tuesday, Thursday are ELA days, and then the corresponding afternoon work will be the opposite of that. So I always know if I'm building a Monday or a Wednesday, I can just pull up a Monday or a Wednesday from the previous week, and then I can just make a full copy of that. So right here, I have a Wednesday slide, okay? How I built Wednesday's slide was I actually went in and I pulled a Monday slide, okay? Because Monday and Wednesday are going to have the same format. Now I take a completely full set of slides, I go to File, and I hit Make a Copy of the entire presentation. And I can go ahead and label it however I want to label it. So I'd relabel it. So if it was this one, it'd be 11/18 Wednesday live slides. Now from there, I already have the same base, and I just have to edit. So I won't have to change my news and updates unless we have different schedule. I changed my Rockstar work. Actually, this is an example of how the kids submit their work back to us. They can insert it via camera. I'll show you that on the next slide. And I like to pull these images from their work so we can give some shout outs. But essentially, then I only have to change my morning meeting. I need to change up foundational skills because we alternate days that we blend and segment. And we also, you have your phonemic awareness from Reach for Reading as well. But the whole slide base is already going to be there. So if I need to steal something, I just go to a different one and you can copy an entire slide out, put it in a new presentation, and it's fully workable. Okay, so take from what you've already made, reinsert it in. So I have to say that this has taken a very long time for us to kind of build our stash. But once you have a stash, you can select whatever you need, you can copy whatever you need, you can paste whatever you need. So taking from what you've already made is kind of how we are surviving at this point. Another thing is simply copy and paste. All of these manipulatives. If I make a manipulative for one slide and I need it for another slide, I'm not going to remake my circles. If my circles were transparent in one slide, but I want them solid in another, I just copy this whole piece right here. I go to my next slide, I hit paste, and then all I have to do is change its color. And then I have another full set of counters. The only way to survive in making this amount of content is to use what you have already made. Okay, so another thing that we do is you use duplicate slide a lot right here. So you would right click on your slide and hit duplicate slide. That's very helpful for when, let me get down to math here. I can show you another one down here. So right here, when we are introducing this week the dominoes and the words add and equals, I'm not going to build this slide multiple times. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hit duplicate slide. It makes an exact copy, and then I can change this domino to another domino set, and then I can redo that slide. So copy and paste, copy and paste, duplicate slide, and you just saw it, your undo button are kind of how you can kind of flow through your slides quickly. So another thing, if you don't know, you can use hotkeys on your keyboard. You can use Control C to copy, Control V to paste. That's how I'm able to do things a little bit quickly without you seeing them. So you can literally create massive amounts of content with your copy and paste. Also, if you, how do I say this? So if you need a quick reset, so if you're working with your kids and you're using your counters, you always have your undo button, okay? So when I do counters in this math lesson and I have them count on and I show them this visual of counting on after they've had their turn, I don't have to move each piece back. Just hit your undo button. You can also use that and teach the kids that if you give them kind of a game that they can play over and over and over again. So essentially, the biggest tips that I can give you are definitely copy and paste. Use your hotkeys. Use your options here. Duplicate slide is another great way, so you don't have to reset your background or reset your text box. You can go ahead and change this to your next topic. You know, and that's kind of the gist of it. You have to keep kind of a log of everything that you've done, so you can access it a little bit quicker. These do take time. But copy and paste and duplicate slide and having a really good pool of old work to pull from is extremely beneficial. Extremely beneficial. So I hope that you've learned a little bit something about building slides and that this can be useful to you.